we go. Audio's good, bitrate is stable. Gotta say, I don't know if it's thanks to the recent updates, but I have noticed that I have not had any bitrate issues with OBS in quite a while now. I have not had any bitrate issues. Oh, right. Alright, give me a moment to prepare some announcements and then I'll be ready to go. Hey, Vixen Water, wow, you got in here fast. See, now I went live and thought you'd stop by. Well, thanks for coming in. Yeah, you came in quickly. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can finish Touhou 9 today. We just have one ending left with the extra stage. So, we finish this off. I can finally either move on to the next Touhou game or take a break from Touhou for a little while for if we want to hone in more on Souls-likes, or if there's another game you'd like to see me try out, because I know I left a few options in the last poll I set up on the Discord. Unfortunately, there was only one vote to that poll, which was for, well, this. They're going to ask if I've seen the trailer for GTA 6. I mean, I know I did play GTA 5 when I was younger, but I don't know. Now that I'm a bit more grown up and, you know, I actually have a driver's license now, so I know how to properly drive, I don't know if I'd have it in me to play those kind of games that, like, encourage you to break the law. I'd probably say that yet if I were to actually play such a game again, who knows, maybe I'd go right back into the criminal tendencies. I don't know. Hey, welcome to the stream, Freezing Time. Alright, we got an audience on YouTube, we got an audience on Twitch. Let's go ahead and get right into this. Hey guys, Gamer of Gamers in the Zone, and welcome to supposedly the finale. Will Gamer of Gamers beat POFV today or face a miserable defeat? Only time will tell. I mean, we did it last time as Komachi, so unless there's something different about the extra stage playing it as Aki, I'm certain we'll get this beaten today. And if we do, then that will mean that you are right in that this is one of the easier extra stages. I personally still think the extra stage of either 4 or 5 is what I'd consider to be the easiest extra stage in the series. You hate it when your brothers be like, you hope that's not how you drive in real life, referring to your driving skills in GTA 5. But yeah, I mean, the whole point of the GTA series is that you're supposed to not drive correctly and, you know, just give in to, you know, your desire to just go crazy. But yeah, and who knows, maybe that's why I can't see myself playing those games anymore, because I mean, it's definitely not a series that I want to play here on the channel, where I'm trying to keep things family-friendly. Different enemies and dialogue, you say, Freezing Time. Okay. Nonetheless, for those of you who are GTA fans, I'm glad that you guys finally, don't have to wait too much longer for the next game. Unlike those of you the Elder Scrolls fans who are still waiting forever for 6. I mean, at least we know why it's taken forever for them to make 6 now, and that they were busy remastering Oblivion. Okay, just different enemies and dialogue. And I mean, considering how the regular story mode has been, I'm certain that won't be too much of a difference. Who knows, maybe there'll be some unexpected challenges from this. Because, I mean, normally Aki's the final boss. So I guess I'm sort of curious to know if it'll, like, be a similar situation as, like, Touhou 7.5, where, like, Reimu or someone else will be the final boss. So it'll be curious to see which character is the final boss, since we're, well, literally playing as the final boss for the rest of this. You'll switch the subject because GTA isn't that family friendly. Hey! As long as we don't go into too many unhinged subjects, I mean, you're free to talk about GTA as much as you'd like. Like those Doug videos, like the ones on GTA 5, but if he breaks the law, his car explodes. That's a funny one. Alright, nonetheless, yep, let's go ahead and get to the game now. As always, I got a Mountain Dew, so let the games begin. I came to check on you. You never seen the game Touhou? Is it good and worth playing? So, you'll see some gameplay here. Now, Touhou 9 in particular, the really talkative, noisy one came again. It's more of a, Touhou 9's a bit different since it's more multiplayer-oriented. Have you properly taken to heart what I have said? Nah, I didn't really understand it. Of course. I think I might know what you're talking about. Alright, once again, just like the other half of Extra Stage, we got one hit. Why am I not doing a boss reflect? I just realized that now. I get good points for reflecting the boss at... Oh. Oh, hey, double reflect. There we go. That'll be good points for early on. But yeah, normally Touhou is a bullet hell series, so if you think of like shooter games like Galaga, Xevis, and I mean those are simple stuff, Space Invaders, Centipede, but yeah, most bullet hells like Touhou, they're usually a lot more complicated, in that I'd say they feel a lot more fair, but compared to classic shooters like those, but they're definitely a lot more challenging. Well, then again, I've mainly just played Touhou. I'm certain there's a lot of bullet hells out there that are just as unfair as those classics. Took the head of 5 court musicians. Hey, have you forgotten what I have told you? Eh? When did I say anything? I actually forgot what she told her from the regular route of the game. So I'm guessing based on the dialogue we're seeing so far... Oh, that was lucky. I don't know why I'm not casting charge shots when I should be for difficult attacks like those. Alright, there we go. That'll give me some good points by sending plenty of charge shots. In the end, lecturing a bird is a waste of time. Seems like that one space game, which one? Galaga? Galaxian? Space Invader. There's a lot of space games, Vixen Water. I'm not sure if you realize that. Like, that doesn't really set... There's a wide scope of space games. I'm guessing you're referring to Galaga. Since Galaga is, like, the absolute classic when it... it's... Actually, it's pronounced... Galaga. That's how you pronounce Galaga. Which, interestingly, while that is the more classic one, that game is actually a sequel to a game called Galaxian, which is a bit of an older one, and has a bit more similarities to Space Invaders. Yeah, you probably never played Galaxian. It's definitely an older and more forgettable one compared to the other classics. Because, I mean, when it comes to Namco arcade classics, yeah, you mostly just think of either Galaga or Pac-Man when it comes to Namco games. Oh, yeah, I know a lot about video games. Its history, like, if you're ever interested in researching some stories on, like, classic arcade games, I'd highly recommend looking up QG at the Arcade, which is a series done by the Quarter Guy on YouTube. He does a lot of videos where he goes into the history of certain arcade classics, as well as some sequels that you might have never heard of that those respective games had. Freezing Time on YouTube says, well, Elder Scrolls series is a lot of games. The honorable mentions are Skyrim Special Edition, Skyrim Legendary Edition, Skyrim Anniversary. Yeah, just, they always keep releasing Skyrim. You tried playing Morrowind and could not get into it. Too old. Yeah, I know my buddy Ritlin tried to play the very first Elder Scrolls game, Elder Scrolls Arena, and I think he stopped at some point. Because I guess the gameplay just wasn't clicking for him. But yeah, it was an old one. You hear Morrowind is the best Elder Scrolls. That's interesting. I hear most people say Oblivion is the best Elder Scrolls. I can't say for sure since I've never played Morrowind or Oblivion. I know it's definitely a good time to play Oblivion now that remaster came out. Though with how much I've been addicted to the Dark Souls series, I mean, I don't know if I'd have it in me to go back to the more simpler action RPG titles after playing the masterpiece that is Dark Souls. You love remakes for that reason. It gets more modern audience into older classics. Exactly! That's a very good point, Vixen. Alright, let's get back to the game now. I never get lost in the bamboo thicket. Ah, I've seen that face somewhere before. I came to see if you've been keeping to what I have said. Ah, of course, I've been living a proper life since then. Hang on, let me check out the charge shot. I mean... Alright, that's going to be a risky move, immediately using up my entire charge gauge to do a boss reflect, but it gives good points, so while it's risky... It can have a good payoff in terms of points, so I'm willing to take the risk if I can get some good points. Because, yeah, I might... Hey, we pulled it off. You still speak nothing but lies. Do not come to me if someone takes revenge before I judge you. Wait, like you would have never touched Resident Evil series if it wasn't for the remakes? You feel like most people don't like remakes because what Sony does all the time. Yeah, I hear about that, how they're constantly re-releasing The Last of Us. I know nothing about the Last of Us series, but I hear like they keep remaking it. The Netherworld sure is carefree, despite Hygen being in a very busy state. Oh! If it isn't Yama, must be serious affair for you to come all the way to Netherworld. Not at all. I came to see if you understood my teachings. Yes, me sure understand. See, can even pour delicious tea. I'm keeping the joke going that Yomu's a cave woman. Alright. Just gonna play it safe for that attack, as well as to deflect bullets to... Because I do believe you get extra points for taking out bullets. So, I mean, I might as well do as much as I can there for deflecting bullets. Although it did cost me a life. So, maybe that was not the best move. Either that or Yomu's just hard there. Harder than I remember her being. So maybe for that attack, I just play it safe and not do that. Whenever... Okay, that was pretty stupid of me. That's because that's all Lady Yuyuko teaches me. Also, I'm making her medieval sounding. You like the show, plus that's another game you would love to play. The Last of Us. You touched God of War 2019 soft reboot for the first time, and you loved it. Oh, 2018. Yeah, I hear good things about the modern day God of War games. I just haven't had it in me to properly check that series out. I mean, I already still have a lot of games on my plate. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know if that was a good amount of bullets deflected there, but that seemed like a good amount to me, so that should give me some good points. Although now she whipped out another boss. There we go. Got some good points. It's more cinematics than anything, but still good gameplay. Okay, so less of a game and more like a work of art. Kind of like It Takes Two and that other game that same company made, Split Fiction, I believe it's called. It was around here. I can hear the sound of illusions coming. Ah, there you are. The one who liked lecturing. I came here to observe if you've been abiding to what I have said. What did you say again? Oh, come on. Yomu's supposed to be the cave woman, not you. Okay. Might have to, yeah, deflect those. Alright, come on. I want to deflect a good amount of bullets here. There we go. Okay, still pretty good game pleasing. Is it more transient than phantoms or poltergeists? If blown, they will disappear. Alright, good points. Not quite enough for an extra life yet. Alright, we already talked to Touhou. She's careful. Okay, there we go. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. If no boss shows up in like the last 5 seconds, I'll just go ahead and start spamming the, Hey, we got the boss reflect right at the end. That'll give me some good points. You did like how it went from Greek mythology to Norse. Norse mythology is your favorite mythology. I know very little about Norse mythology, actually. I mean, I only know a lot about Greek mythology, especially from some of the media I've consumed, such as checking out the Percy Jackson novels. Far superior than the movies, I'll tell you that. Like, if you're big into Greek mythology, well, not the movie, but the Percy Jackson novels, definitely worth your time. Are you a big MCU fan? You really want to see the new Thunderbolts movie? I know nothing about the Thunderbolts. I would say the only MCU content I legitimately like is the Guardians of the Galaxy series. That was literally the only reason I bothered to watch Infinity War and Endgame. Was just so I could enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy. And I was hoping to see more of them in Thor: Love and Thunder, only for them to be at the beginning, and I mean, I guess it's mainly Thor's story, but it would have been interesting if we got to see a bit more of what the Guardians of the Galaxy were up to. It would have been neat to see more interactions between them. Nonetheless, we still got an epic finale in the third movie, and I honestly don't know where they could take it from there, because they clearly said at the end, Star-Lord will return, meaning that they're clearly saying that there's gonna be a fourth Guardians of the Galaxy movie at some point. I don't know how they're gonna do that, though, considering how perfect of an ending the third movie was. Maybe they'll find a way, or it'll be like majority of the modern day MCU content out there, where, as far as I hear, people are saying a lot of the modern day MCU content is bad. Plus, lately, if it was a solo movie, they're always teaming up with someone like Thor is with Jane and Korg with Valkyrie. You've read the books, but never watched the films. Does it worth a try? Or I'd say, for the Percy Jackson movies, Freezing Time, I'd say you'll be quite disappointed. Like, they sort of... I don't know how to best describe it, but you'd kind of have to watch it for yourself to understand, like, all the differences it has from the books and how it doesn't feel as accurate to the, you know, actual Greek mythology. In my opinion, anyway. You think Star Wars is going to be in the new Avengers Doomsday? I mean, he's mainly relaxing on Earth with his grandfather at that point. So, I mean, it would make sense if the Avengers would want to involve him with something, considering all he's done for, well, you know, the galaxy. Because really, that's all I could see them using Peter Quill for at that point, is just for Avengers films. I just really hope they keep the ending to Guardians of the Galaxy where it is and not take it any further. Because again, I just feel like with the perfect ending the trilogy had, it's like I'm satisfied on MCU content. Alright, back to the game. So she lives in this house. Ah, if it isn't the Yama. What's the matter? Did something happen? I came here to see if you properly understood my teachings. Teachings? It was too abstract. I don't understand. Hang on, I'll get back to chat. I want to keep at least a bit of a balance between actually playing... You know, between actually playing the game and, you know, interacting with my chat. Wait, was that the last of... Okay, no, I still have one more charge shot left on me. Let's fire it now, because I don't think, yeah, there'll be any other strong attacks. I want to get those points from firing charge shots. After he killed his father, Ego, he lost his god powers, so he really is just a human. Yep. Sorry for texting a lot. Oh, no, I like the interactions with chat. I mean, these are the kind of lively conversations that's, like, why I enjoy streaming. You get to make good friends on social media, as well as loads of enemies, depending on the kind of person you are. I mean, even if you are the good guy, you're still bound to make enemies, but, like, still, though, you make good friends, and I'd say it's worth it, even if you do end up making some enemies. Oh, you have to be more strict with your subordinates. After all, I don't think the flowers have gotten any better. I will do so. So have you become a little kinder? Flow my body, it can drink good tea. Oh, now my body can drink good tea. I was wondering why it was inconsistent sentence structuring there. It's because I didn't I couldn't tell that was an N! That was close. Sequoia's always an annoying one because of the daggers always coming from her side of the screen. So I think it's, like, structured to be like a streaming attack. Oh, wait, no! I realized all too late that the boss automatically reflected with the score system. Being nice to your body is fine, but let's try to focus on your whole being. Raisin, what do you mean it was too abstract? You are a deserter. Have I seen Dexter? Is that MCU content, or are you referring to, like, Dexter Laboratories, the classics from Cartoon Network? I know my sister has shown me some Dexter's Laboratories, but otherwise, I don't fully know what you mean by Dexter. It is troublesome to get a hold of humans who tend to move around a lot. Who are you talking about? I'm having the same troubles. No, it's Dexter, he's a serial killer. Oh, is that like a horror movie or something? There you are. How is it? Are you keeping to my teachings? I already said I haven't lied at all. Oh, she totally lied, didn't she? Fire! I don't know why that took so long to prepare. Also, I'm wasting... I forgot about the underhanded laser. I mean, if that's a horror movie, I'm not really a fan of horror movies very much. So I prefer not to watch them. So yeah, that kind of stuff is not for me. There we go, managed to fire something while I had a chance to fire. There are no humans who do not lie. Although I probably should have just fired an entire boss there. Therefore, one who can with great confidence say they do not lie is in itself the proof of a liar. Alright, stage 7. We're doing pretty good this run. The Tengu are supposed to be around here. Ah, are you possibly... The Yama? What occurred this time? I came to see if you understood my teachings. Of course, I've thought about my newspaper in my own way. That's right, so I'll ask you again. Why do newspapers exist? By writing an article, the truth changes. By writing what changed truth into an article, the truth changes once again. To write an article without fully understanding, it's a foolish thing, but if one understands at least that, a newspaper has the power to change the truth. Well then, how will you go about writing your newspaper? I'll write to straighten the world. I'll change the truth and make this world better. Close, but no cigar. 30 points. 30 points is close? You need to think a little deeper. Hang on, I'll catch up on channel. Moment. Okay, we have 40 seconds, so we'll be doing this for a while. Let's focus on just taking out the boss regularly this run. Alright, come on, take her now. There we go. Okay, that is just EX. That'll send a bunch of spirits at her. Oh, of course I lose to a stray bullet. Alright, that causes us to start at 20 seconds. Of course, I'm doing well, and then here I lose a life to a stray bullet. I still got one more extra life remaining, so... But we do still have 2 full stages to go, so I really don't want to lose that last life if possible. Okay, we sent a boss after her. Is she gonna send a boss after me? If so, I shall unleash that and do a boss reflect for a lot of points. Newspapers exist to cause events. You must be prepared to bear all the responsibility from the events your articles cause. Why must one go that far to write an article? That is because the power to change the truth is, above all, a very great power. Alright, let's see. It's a TV show about him killing basically criminals that got out scot-free from court and the corruption in the police station. Well, it's set in Miami, Florida. For GTA 6, they need to either have a side mission about something similar or Easter eggs from the show. That would be neat if they could do that. Like, even if it's indirectly to avoid copyright, that would be neat to see, I guess. Wow, I of all people is the one to actually listen. That Komachi. Nothing has changed at all. How about everything is in Gensokyo and paparazzi, of all people, think deeply about teachings? That's a good point, freezing time. In a way, when you put the plot like that, Vixen Water, that kind of reminds me of the plot to an anime I've heard of called Death Note. While I've never seen it myself, what I know about that anime is that like the main character gets his hands on a book called the Death Note, where if you write the full name of someone in the Death Note, they, well, die. So, like, having that power at his disposal, he, like... It's a very interesting thing where you, like, see the character's descent into madness as he, like, decides who deserves to die from the power of the Death Note. And, because, like, he starts... From what I hear, he, like, starts out just simply going after criminals with the Death Note. And then it, like, ends up... Okay, you have seen Death Note. Okay. But in Death Note, he literally turns into madness. Okay. That Homachi, nothing has changed at all. The red spider lilies are freely blooming. What happened to "it will be done soon"? I'm sorry. I'll go clean up right now. And I just finished with visiting various humans and yokai to lecture them. If my own subordinate is like this, I have absolutely no persuasive influence. No, I'm still doing my best in spite of things. It's just that this year's number of phantoms is just a little too much. He let the power get to his head. With Dexter, he has risks to what he does. Death Note, he has a book from another realm. Okay. Could you give the fancy excuses a rest? The speed of your boat is also slower than the rest of the Shinigami. You are probably having idle banter with the phantoms, are you not? No, not at all. I'm an upright Shinigami of few words. Homachi, you do not have enough wants. Excuse me? When you are ferrying the deceased, you receive a fee, do you not? If you give priority to riders who possess a lot, that is, those with many values, it will not take that much time to cross the river. Then, it is efficient, it is profitable. No, it is not as if I don't have the will to earn anything. For a Shinigami to earn a profit is to kindly receive those who have done good during their life. In other words, for you, earning money is to do good. Yes, I already understand, but the life stories of bad guys is also pretty interesting. So you were idly chatting. No, well, you need to be more diligent. Alright, 50 seconds we gotta last. Let's see how we do here. So I would not be surprised if, similar to Touhou 7.5, they're gonna make Reimu the final boss. Oh my goodness. And of course I already lose in a very disappointing fashion. There you go. It is often said that to make a profit is not a good thing. Oh, Shinigamis are also in Death Note, okay. But that is only what humans lack values say out of envy. They think that not working is good. Like, money works in such a way that earning and spending it become good deeds in themselves. Yes, I understand. That's why shrines don't receive donations, right? If you understand the concept in your mind, then put it into action without words. Yeah, so the Touhou series is known for going a lot into Japanese mythology. So there's, going to be a lot of... It involves a lot of yokai, different types of gods. Also, in Speak of the Devil, they're talking about the Death Gods while talking about a show with them in it. Definitely a 10 out of 10 show. Looks like the time is required for the cherry blossoms to scatter. Having said all, when comparing the people of Gensokyo to the people of the outside world, the bad ones of Gensokyo are still fewer. The sins of the ones residing in these cherry blossoms here have no relevance to the crimes of the outside world. The laws decided by humans, sins cannot be judged by laws that cannot be judged by laws are judged by me. Oh, it's still the same as ever. I knew it, I called it! Always with the it'll be soon. When exactly will the cherry blossoms return to normal? You came at the perfect time. How is it? Have you understood my teachings, and are you keeping to them? Like I said, I baked and made things edible, various things. There are many sinful souls under the violet cherry blossoms. Souls with virtue are ferried in order to Heigen. The cherry blossoms here will be the very last. No, not just here, but the very last will be cherry blossoms in general. Is that so? And cleaning up cherry blossoms is the most annoying task. When all that is left are the cherry blossoms, Gensokyo will begin reading a new calendar. The year is the year of rebirth, which comes upon us every 60 years. One could say it's Gensokyo's 60th birthday. And the cherry blossoms represent death and resurrection. Why does this kind of year come once every 60 years? It is often said that it is of the zodiac, but that is just what humans conjectured afterward. 60 years is really a number form of all nature expressed. Sun, moon, and stars comprise the 3 lights. Spring, summer, fall, and winter comprise the 4 seasons. Wood, water, fire, and earth, and metal comprise the 5 phases. Those are also what make up the pentagram, right? Combine the 3 lights, 4 seasons, 5 phases. 3 times 4 times 5 equals 60. 60 is a combined number of complete nature revealed. That sounds like a conspiracy theory. Like, just a bunch of random numbers, all of a sudden, Illuminati confirmed. In other words, nature is reborn once every 60 years. Gensokyo will also resurrect this year. So that's how it is. I wasn't born 60 years ago, so I can't confirm anything. If you have insight, you shall understand right away. I mean, having more insight also makes you weaker to frenzy. Bloodborne reference. The ones who have seen this incident 60 years ago were not too clamorous, were they? There were some that were a bit too clamorous. Memories of the past 60 years revolve. Also, it was not a particularly unique incident, so it is easily forgettable. So that's how it is. No wonder I didn't feel any danger from it. Hey, I won't be tricked. The reason the flowers are blooming is because you guys were slacking off, right? The phantoms multiply once every 60 years. The flowers are a result of that. Earthquake, eruptions, tsunami, wars. I'm not exactly sure what, but it doesn't matter what it is. If you guys are just worked at it, everything would turn back to normal. Alright, 120 seconds we gotta last. Let's see how we do. Oh, that's right. It's a combination of ring attacks as well as streaming attacks Reimu likes to throw at me. That stray bullet threw me off. Okay, we have 50 seconds to last against all of this. Oh! I didn't see where that ring was going. Now hurry and ferry those phantoms to Heigen. Lost right at the end. I mean, I knew I didn't have that many lives to go into this with, but, we need more AAA media with different mythologies instead of just Greek and Norse. Black Myth Wukong is the only major media that went into Chinese mythology. That is a good point, Vixen Water. I mean, I'm certain there's might be a AAA game out there that goes into Japanese mythology, but yeah, you make a good point, Vixen Water. We do need more games out there that look into other mythologies. I mean, you don't even see any game. You can't even think of that many games out there that go deep into like Christianity. The best game I could think of is maybe like more of an indie game, but one called like a horror game called Faith: The Unholy Trinity. Well, maybe it's time to talk about Shikeki herself. All right then. Go ahead and unleash the lore dump, Freezing Time. Silent Hill F might dive into Japanese culture. Really? Oh, Doom is Christian. Oh. I mean, I guess it could, but I've never played Doom to really confirm if that game does have, like, Christian elements to it or not. But I suppose you could have a point there. I mean, yeah, he's literally slaying demons, and I mean, I hear one of the final bosses from those games is, like, literally the icon of sin. So I guess maybe you have somewhat of a point there. If those particular demons are considered Christian demons, like biblically accurate demons. Because I know there's a lot of different takes on demons in different mythologies. Like, I've even seen plenty of media where demons are portrayed as the good guys. It's more on the demon side of things, but you don't think Jesus made an appearance. Well, yeah. Actually, I can think of one big game that has some Christian symbolism in it, which is actually a kind of forgotten about DS game made by Fifth Cell, the same people who made Scribblenauts. It's a game called Drawn to Life. There's apparently a lot of Christian symbolism there, and I mean, the main villain of that series, Wilfrey, is basically, his name literally is the scrambled mix of free will, indicating that he's like literally supposed to be like a unique take on the devil. And like you play as the game's creator, as like you're the one that's like, you know, drawing things to life as the creator. Yeah, very unique take for like an old DS game that not enough people talk about. So I'm always so... That's a good question, Vixen Water, if the Devil May Cry series has Christian elements in it. That's a good question. Alright, well, unfortunately, while that was a good run back there, we unfortunately are going to have to start again here. Baldur's Gate. You know Baldur's Gate has layers of hell? Well, yeah, but I also know that other games out there also have other takes on hell. Like, I think one of the previous streams on Touhou here, we were talking about the different layers of hell in Japanese mythology. And, like, the different forms of torture each layer has, and, like, the length you reside there until you can be reborn into the world. Okay, Freezing Time's giving us the lore over on YouTube of the character we're playing as right now, Eiki Shikeki Yamakusanadu. She is one of the 9 Yamas who are responsible for judging souls. Eiki herself has responsibility of judging souls from Gensokyo. Interesting. Oh, Daredevil is a Catholic. Oh, really? I actually don't know what Daredevil is. If we're talking about, like, a game or something. Okay, 10 seconds left. How did I not take those guys out? Okay, and 1, and... Alright, just send the boss at her. Probably should have just fired individual spells there. I probably could have made more points off of that. That's a media that dives into the conflicts of Vigilante, and he keeps trying to keep his Catholic roots. Okay, he's part of the Marvel. Okay, so he's from Marvel. She has an ability to distinct black and white, bad and evil. She can be preachy and very strict, always lecturing anyone she meets, beating her teaching into them. So he has comic books and the Netflix series. Okay. Oh, wait. What have I been saying? There's been a... Now that we're talking about Netflix, I know the perfect Christian game that's out there that recently got a Netflix series. Absolute masterpiece of a Netflix series, by the way. Castlevania. That series has a lot of Christian elements to it. Okay, I had to bomb there. I'm too busy talking about Castlevania now and not focusing on the game. Now I might actually lose here. Yeah. That's what I get for not paying attention and talking about Castlevania. But that's been a series that, now that I have the Anniversary Collection, since I got it for free off Epic Games, We can try out the Castlevania series, but that's a good Christian series where it's like you play as a vampire and go up against Count Dracula. Like that game at... Zonroth91, welcome to the stream over on YouTube. Not sure if this is the same game. You did like the normal ending you get when playing Sequoia in particular. This is Touhou 9, Phantasmagoria Flower View. Oh, hey, Saku Pai over on Twitch. Welcome to the stream. Wow, we're getting quite the audience today. Castlevania has Christian elements. You thought it was just about the vampire... If you watch the Castlevania Netflix series, Vixen Water, you'll see that it's got a lot of Christian elements. Do know that it is a very mature show. Lots of adult themes, and I'd say it's like an adults-only show. But man, the atmosphere it provides, it's an absolute masterpiece. Okay, back to what Freezing Time is saying on the lore explanation. But it's not out of desire, violence, or just being preachy. By doing this, she's just trying to save souls of others from hell by showing them the right path to divert such a fate. Let's see, in Red Dead Redemption 2 and 1 has a sister that can make an appearance, but not the focus point. Okay. You'll have to prepare food, so you'll be lurking. Okay, yeah, okay. Understandable. Thank you for coming in, Saku Pai. Sequoia was strictly warned her bloodlust, and that it would ruin her. And she actually becomes kinder. Yeah, it's been a while since I did Sequoia's ending. Yeah, I think we might have talked about that at one point. I forget. But yeah, quite the audience we have today. Even if Saku was just coming in to say hi. There we go, that'll get me some good points. And I reflected the boss, that should get me some good points for the very start of this run. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, we just need to beat the extra stage here as Aki. And we can finally be done with this. That should give me some good points. Getting those bullets. Two, one, and there we go. That'll get me some good... What is going on right now? We're just going constant back and forth with everything. In the end, the lecturing bird is a waste of time. Whoa! We got some big points there. I don't know what I just did, but we got some big points. You played a while back, it stuck out to you as a suboptimal ending, yet it was still good in a way of speaking. Silent Hill 2, you would say, has kind of Christian elements, but not really. Could you explain? Sure, you can explain Vixen Water. Don't think they're being too interruptive at all. So, I mean, majority of my streams, I rarely ever get the opportunity to chat with anyone, since most of the time, chat is usually pretty empty. So the chance to chat with some viewers like this, I don't get the chance to do it often, so thank you very much for coming in to chat with me. Come on! Did I do it or... No, I lost. Man, I thought I was doing well. Like, we were getting good points, and then all it takes is losing a life early on. I mean, if we can continue to earn good points like that, we might still be able to pull this off, but... Alright, come on. Send a boss after me. I don't know if she sent a boss after me or not. We'll know when we see the point results. And are you gonna get hit at all? Thank you. She has two items, both of which help in her job, one way or another. Firstly, a Rod of Remorse, which you can see in her hands. I was curious to know what that was. So I always see her holding it in a lot of media with her. There we go, that ought to give me some good points. There we go. Ooh, and we deflected a lot with that. That ought to be big points. Yes. The more sinful the person is, the more heavy it is to them when she strikes them with it. And yeah, all of those sticks which come out of the portal are rods of remorse. Oh yeah, the things that when the bullets go through the portals, so that's what they become, rods of remorse? Interesting. So Silent Hill 2 is all about your subconsciousness and your guilt and sins and regret all makes up your Silent Hill. So everyone's Silent Hill is very different. Yeah, I hear about that. Though at the same time, I also hear that the whole thing could just be all a prank caused by a dog, from what I've heard. So there's a chance none of that can be real or something. That's what I hear anyway. Alright, we've been getting good points in this run, so I wonder if we could actually get all the way up to 2.5 million to get the most possible extra lives. It's a long shot, but I do wonder if it could be possible for us to pull off. Getting wedged between the daggers and the bullets here. Could we calm down with that? Reflected your boss, if that was a boss you sent at me. And we'll see here on the score results if I manage to reflect a boss. The other one, which is also on her sprite, though harder to see, is the... Yeah, there we go, some good points. The Cleansed Crystal Mirror. It shows all things the person did in their life, all their sins, all good things, everything. Come on, wait, all about... James Sunderland Silent Hill has a guy named Pyramid Head, which represents his guilt on his head. And monsters that throw up on you is supposed to represent Mary's, your wife's, sickness. It's like a reflection of your soul as a whole. You meet a guy named Eddie, which has his Silent Hill is about gluttony. Okay. Alright, 38 seconds. This is where I gotta start playing the long game and can't be focusing too much on trying to do boss reflex. Because otherwise I risk losing more lives. And I want to maintain my lives to make sure I stay in this as long as possible. Or I just get shot by an underhanded laser, like I always do against Marisa. Seriously, I hate those underhanded lasers. Like, they are the worst, if you ask me. They're just plain annoying, and it's like they always show up at the most inconvenient locations. Oh, wow, she went down fast. Oh, right, because I lost. That's right, so I could have sent that at her for more points. Oh, well. At least we should have gotten some good points out of that, yeah. But, man... Okay, once again, try to... Oh, jeez, I've never seen that attack before. Just sends a bunch of bullets at you really fast. That is... Ooh. Combined with everything else. Ha! Full... Sent a boss and got the full power charge shot. That'll get me some good... And... Okay, lots happening right now. Hang on, let me get out of there. Alright, let me get out of there. Oh, I got hit! Ah! I was doing well there. Oh, of course I get cornered. I thought I was doing well there. I could have gotten to 2.5 million and could have actually scored an additional extra life there, but nope, I had to lose. You'd like to tell more, but it would be spoilers. After all, hell is the topic, which Zun started to expand way later. Yeah, I mean, Touhou 11, we basically get to go into visit Old Hell for our mission. So I can see your point there. I'm a patient man, though. I'm willing to wait. Alright, there you go. That'll get me some decent points. Not as much as I'd like, but that's still some points. So other things did... Wait, There's other things to it too, but it's a very mature story, which isn't good for family-friendly content. Yeah, also I'm not too big into horror games, so I don't think I'd ever play it for the channel or on my own time. By the way, the dog ending is only a New Game Plus story, so it isn't canon. Okay. What's my YouTube ID? You should be able to find it in my channel description, Vixen Water. So if you click on my channel name and look through, like, my About section, there should be links to, like, you know, stuff like my Blue Sky, my Twitter. That reminds me, I don't think I ever properly sent you a proper invitation to the Discord server. I completely forgot to do that. I do apologize, and I shall gladly send you a one-time use invitation. I'm not sure if it's because it's like it didn't work or something last time. I forget, but I shall gladly give you a one-time use. I'll make sure it doesn't expire at all. And you should be able to use that link to head straight... Oh, and... Okay, I remember the problem now. It doesn't work for some odd reason. Even though I prepared this link properly, I still don't know why my thing has been... So, I think the only way I'll be able to properly invite you to my server is if you, like, whisper to me, like, your friend code or something on Discord, so then I can directly send you an invite. But yeah, former hell isn't what hell is now in Touhou. Yeah, that's true. It's okay. History of how hell relocated and why was told very recently. Oh, really? You could text it in the Twitch chat. There, you'll whisper it. Alright, thank you. Yeah, I'll gladly have that at the ready there. In the meantime, let's get back to the game. And then I'll check on that at the end of each stage. But yeah, I don't want to forget again, because I can tell you're a kind person. So yeah, you're free to be part of the community. As someone who gets a lot... Okay, that was pretty stupid of me. Talking about all this other stuff now that I'm not paying attention anymore. So, gotta get my head back in the game if I want to beat this. We were able to beat it last time as the other character. I just have to beat it again here so we don't have to deal with this ever again. I'd very much love to move on. There we go, boss reflect. And that's it. Alright, you sent it. Okay. Yeah, I shall gladly send you a invitation through this friend code. Let me see what I can do here. So add friend. Then, there we go. Sent friend request. So once we become friends, I should then be able to directly invite you to the server. You think my attention is a bit... Yeah, that's what I'm noticing, because I'm interacting with chat, talking about stuff. Shikeki is better character than Komachi, but in EX stage, it doesn't matter how good a character is. That is true. So, yeah, I really need to get my head in the game here if I want any chance of winning this. And believe me, I'd like to win, so I can finally get the last bits of story info from this game, and then we can move on. Really? You sent no bosses after me? That's not going to get me a lot of points. I mean, at least I got something. But yeah, this is not a good run for points. So hopefully that changes soon. Otherwise, I'm not going to get that much in terms of points. Alright, I'm kind of stuck here. You gonna do something, Yomo? Come on, do something! Alright, thank you. I was at least able to get a boss reflect in. Alright, and there you are. Mixing water. I can go ahead. And let's see, where is the... Here we go. Invite you to... Okay, come on. Invite me to my server. Alright, there you go. That should give you the invitation. And with it, you should be able to join the server. There you go. Welcome on board the server. Yeah, so you're free to hang around there. You'll be able to firsthand know about streaming announcements. It's the same content, just in EX mode after all. Fun fact, after beating this EX stage, the game will let you beat the game as every character in EX mode, but most people doesn't consider it as anything worth doing. It's just the same content. Yeah, now I'm mainly just playing for the plot. I'm not really going for... you know, anything extreme. But yeah, welcome on board to the Discord server, Vixen Water. You'll be able to keep track of streaming announcements, chat with my regulars, post some memes, and in case you didn't notice already, you can actually join the voice channels and be able to chat with me live on stream. Just remember to keep it family friendly. But yeah, you're free to directly chat with me on voice chat if you'd like. If you prefer to keep it on the regular chat box, that's fine as well. Everyone has their own preferences on how they'd like to interact with streamers. I just like doing voice chat, since it allows me to, you know, have better interactions with those who show up often and enjoy chatting with me. Should I do a boss reflect? I mean, I still have quite a few points. Well, now I'll just send... There we go, that ought to be some decent points. By the way, thanks for the invitation. You're very welcome, Vixen Water. I mean, anyone that enjoys hanging out here and chatting with me and does a good job remaining respectful, I'm down to... I'm willing to have that level of trust that you're free to directly chat with me in voice chat. For GTA 6, you hope they have different modes, so like realism mode to get gas and maybe more realistic driving, or sandbox mode where you don't need gas or non-realistic. I feel like that's something they'd put behind like a full completion reward, because I hear like a lot of the older GTA games, your reward for 100%ing the game would be like unlimited ammo and stuff. You were texting AVD a lot on Snap and you feel guilty because you don't want to bother him. I mean, it depends on what you're texting him about. I mean, if he makes it clear that it's not a good time for you to be texting him, then you'll know. Mainly it just comes down to as long as it doesn't feel like you're being clingy, you know? Another fun fact, after beating this EX, you will be able to play as Lunasa and Merlin against bots and online. Yes, he did add them as playable characters for some reason. I'm gonna have to remember who those characters are, because I forget. you gonna... Okay, you're sending out the daggers. Let's go for the boss reflecting. Oh, no, wait, the game already reflected it for me. No, I wasted shot. Yep. Okay, that fail is on me. That fail is on me. As much as I'd like to say that freezing time lied to me there, technically, freezing time never even offered me any advice there for me to make that claim. Okay. She lost before I could reflect it. So there goes points there. You have ADHD, so you can text and talk a lot. It's been bad lately, you feel like. It's the older and middle Prism River sisters. Oh, okay. You have this friend group on Minecraft, and you've been nothing but talkative to them. Yeah, it mainly just comes down to how much they enjoy your conversations. Now, I mean, if they don't say anything about it, then you have nothing to worry about, I'd say. I mean, if you're still worried, you can ask if you feel like you're talking too much. Other than that, though, I'd say, you know, if you're passionate about what you're talking about, I'd say talk about it as much as you'd like. But I get it, though. I do remember the middle school days of when I used to be extremely talkative. To the point that, like, most people probably didn't even care about what I was talking about. Oh, jeez. Come on! No! It's always the underhanded laser with Marisa. Every time. Every single time. It's always the underhanded laser. Oh, I didn't even fire any charge shots there. I always forget that when you lose an extra life, the timer goes down. Or just generally onto your last life. I don't even have any extra lives for Aya here, so if I lose here, there's no second chances. I can't fully focus on shooting Aya with everything on screen. No! Oh, and of course I get an extra life right at the end so the game can insult me further. But man, I had it there. I had to bomb that. She kept firing the same charge shot. There was no way I was getting out of that. I didn't think she'd fire it that many times. What is it? Someone knocking on the door? Could also just be the wind. Sounds like there's a strong gust coming in right now. You think they enjoy you? You've played with them a couple times. They kind of know you. Yeah, so they already know that you're quite the talkative person. Pretty sure there's nothing to tell me here. Pretty sure I should know everything I should. Alright. Plus, you always ask if you could play with them, and they always say yes. Yeah, they're in the mood. They're available. They're willing to take their time to spend time with you. And I'd say if that's what they like doing with you, then those are some good friends right there. Orko. Zanrat. Nah, I don't have any flowers in my room to house any spirits in them. So no, there's no way it could be a ghost. Come on, send a boss at me. Come on. Okay, I gotta send it, otherwise those points are gonna go to waste. Serenoid? Who's that? You guess... thought I saw something. Maybe I should try out the Oblivion remaster. I just mainly like waiting for good opportunities for games to go on sale, so I'm certain it might be a while until I get the opportunity to play the remaster, since I'm gonna want to wait for it to go on sale. Come on! Oh, that was close. Got in the boss reflect right at the end there. I've not been earning that many points this run, though. Is this a difficult move? No, it's not. This is a fairly simple one. But I've probably gotten hit by it plenty of times in the past. Here we go, boss reflect. I definitely needed that. Did I get in 2 boss reversals there at the end? I didn't quite see since it went by rather quickly. I did get in a second boss reversal from score. Okay, that ought to make up for the lack of points from the last 2 stages. Okay, Yomu. Yomu has been a rather challenging one lately, so I really gotta... I mean... I don't know what to say. I know she's hard, but she... What is happening? Okay, maybe I go back to using charge shots on that attack, because clearly I'm having trouble with it. Even though I feel like I shouldn't. Alright, be right back. Alright, that's fine. I don't know why I was trying to... I don't know. I'm losing it. Losing my focus, as well as going against my usual plans to ensure victory. My goodness, what is happening to me right now? I think I need to concentrate a bit. I mean, 3 times now. Alright, alright. Yeah, I suppose you have a point, Freezing Time. As much as I enjoy interacting with chat, since I don't get this many opportunities to chat with a decent-sized audience, I should take a moment to start focusing more on the game, because we've been having quite a few bad runs now. That did a lot of bad runs, apparently. I need a moment to take a break from chatting with the audience and just focus on the game for a while. Just concentrate. But yeah, I don't know what's happening. I was doing well, and then... I don't have enough for a boss reversal. But yeah, just gotta pay attention. I'm certain that will get me closer to winning. Oh, I'm tempted to do boss reversal now, but I don't know if I should do it right at the start. I mean, maybe I should have just done it there, except I should have just done the boss reversal. Alright, that one's on me for not immediately doing the boss reversal. I forgot she can be a bit of a challenging one when she sends the boss at me. So I should have just sent in the boss reversal. So what I forgot for not... doing boss reversal right away. Okay, yeah. The game is automatic, and there it goes. It happens, freezing time. Don't worry too much about it. Almost slipped up again there. I don't know what's happening right now, but... Why did I continue? I wanted to do a boss reflect in case she sent a boss at me, and then of course I get hit before I can do it. I knew I should have had dinner before I started the stream. I just didn't want it to get too late at night and I start drinking Mountain Dew when I know I'm going to be having to work in the morning. So I wanted to start the stream sooner so I could have some Mountain Dew. Alright, we got in 2 boss reversals there. Alright, I've been having a lot of trouble with this one lately, so let's pay attention. Let's mainly just resort to regular charge shots instead of always trying to do a boss reversal here. Because clearly this one's being a bit more troublesome than I'm expecting. That was close. I'm out of charge shot. Get hit! Oh, that was close. Okay, and we actually got an extra life early on for once, so... Let's get into focus. We might have a chance here. At the same time, though, I've been having a lot of trouble with Yomu lately. I don't know why. I mean, I know she's always been a challenging one, but I don't remember her being this hard. Okay, she didn't send any bosses at me, so I don't think I'm getting that many points. Yeah. Oh, jeez, I almost got hit right at the start there. Come on, focus. No! At least I got into boss reflect there, but it's usually not good when I get hit, because it's like... the whole point of me going for high points is so I can get some extra lives, and it's not going to get me far if I'm not getting much out of this. I think I'm forgetting the fact that it's still a lunatic difficulty, even if it's with special rules. True. You make a good point there. Wait, did she just immediately... Okay, she immediately sent the boss on me there. Oh, jeez, I almost got hit immediately. Come on now. I'm not going to lose that easily. Alright, what are you going to send at me next? So far, nothing too challenging, so I can probably do another boss reversal. Okay. That'll be good points. That'll definitely guarantee an extra life. Yeah. But yeah, I knew this was still going to be hard. Even after everything. It's still the fact that it's an... Okay, I really gotta pay attention to the underhanded lasers, because every time I've gone up against Marisa today, I always get hit by the... I knew I should have just done regular Reflects there. I don't know why I tried going for the boss Reflect there when I know Marisa's a challenging one. Another... welcome back, Vixen Water. That didn't even get me a whole lot of points. I think we'll have enough for at least one more extra life here, but unless something we have a really good run or something, I don't see me getting enough extra lives for the last stage. Maybe we'll get one, but I don't know. It's gonna be an uphill battle, I'd say. Oh! Get hit already! There you go. Alright, let's see how we do here. I'm not expecting to do amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if we show up to Reimu this run with only one life. Or if I not even get past Homachi. I cannot get over to the spirits in time. I fired the charge shot. What was that? This run is going awfully. Of course I don't even make it to... could you ask, what made me want to do family-friendly content? That type of pattern messes with you, Zanrath. I think it's mainly just me having always grown up being taught that swear words are bad, and it's like... with my family always putting in a good effort to keep away from, you know, the inappropriate stuff. I know as a kid that never stopped me, but... I've always had this consensus of, while I can enjoy other people's content no matter how inappropriate it is. I mean, I want to, in terms of content I make, want to keep a family-friendly atmosphere. So it's mainly just in a thing of the kind of morals I have. I want to be a nice guy that, you know, doesn't swear, doesn't just act inappropriate. I've been striving to be like that for a long time. And it's why I always, you know, I want to remain the good boy. The one that doesn't drink or do drugs. Great morals are always good to have. Yeah. Just, I want to do whatever I can just to make the world a bit of a happier place. I know, you know, that to be remembered, you got drunk once. Yeah, see, I mean, that's the kind of reason I prefer to avoid alcohol. It's because I don't ever want to get drunk. And I know it's possible to enjoy alcohol without getting drunk, but it's like, I don't want to take that chance. Okay, that was a lot all at once. I probably could have done a boss reflect there, but I feel like I could have gotten a hit if I didn't just do some weaker spells there. Ugh. That always throws me off, trying to find the right opening time while I still have time. Oh, wait. Thank goodness I noticed in time that... Ha! You've heard AVD saying he hates it, so yeah, you don't either. Yeah, so... that's what I strive for. So yeah, I try to make a nice friendly atmosphere here where we can just sit back and enjoy some games. And the variety of games I've found over my time on YouTube, it's been quite the adventure. So I'm very thankful for the community I've built here and all the amazing games I've played, whether it be games I've always been wanting to play or, you know, just games I've heard about. No, I gotta bomb that. Ooh. Ah! No, you don't. No, you don't. It's always the underhanded lasers. Not this time. Not this time. I've had enough of those. Always taking me out. I gotta bomb, because... oh, no, I bombed too early. No! Ah! Alright, that ought to at least be some good points. Oh. Wait, yeah, I know you were talking about, you always tell people to pick any of the religions, or just find a great set of morals. Yeah. AVD kind of has the same take. He always says what makes you a great person, then do it, or something like that. Getting to 5 million points by beating 5... What? Okay. This is the... okay, I actually need to stop looking at chat right now, because this might be the run. Okay? I'd like to lock in at this time, because we're having a really good run right now. Okay, I'm not going to let streaming attacks get me this time, so I'm going to play the smart move and go navigate them how I would normally navigate a streaming attack instead of doing it the fool's way and getting cornered. So I've been letting myself get cornered way too much lately, and it's becoming a problem. So I need to take a break from allowing Aya's string attacks to always corner me. Oh, don't know how I was supposed to be ready for that. Yeah, I figured you'd go that way. There you go. There we go. Send a boss at her. Alright, there you go. You never got that high of a score before, even by stage... yeah, I don't know what's happening. Alright, don't worry about it too much, freezing time. I know you always strive for the best effort, but slip-ups happen. Okay, we might get one more extra life at the end of this. Another extra life might be possible. Have I ever played in the, ever play the DS? You mean Nintendo DS or Dark Souls? DS could mean a variety of things. Okay, alright, just pay attention. Homachi's a tough one. So I gotta lock in and be ready to fire the charge shots. So I don't have to resort to bombing. So I don't run out of power at a bad time. Because that could easily happen if I'm not careful. Like so. Look at all the bullets I'm having to wipe out. The time still is not up yet. I'm basically having to do everything I can to make sure I don't die here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay! Lock in! Okay, Nintendo DS. We're finishing this! Come on! Final stage with 5 lives. One of these is bound to be it. Come on! Of course, first go, we're guaranteed to have to do this in 2 minutes. No, I bombed. I blew it. I forget that Rainbow can be a bit of a challenging one. And here I go already blowing it. I mean, I knew the first run is usually never good, but the... Yeah. Alright, I'll admit that run is on me. Come on. Okay. Yep, you're gonna go in with the streaming attacks, and then... Oh! I was not ready for that. It's... Of course, a stray bullet is what gets me. Ugh! Come on, I don't want to blow it here! Yeah, I'm just gonna... I know I could have probably used those enemies to get rid of those bullets, but... I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but just go with it, I guess. 5, 4. No, the orbs. No, the orb got me there. Really? Just 10 seconds? Oh, why did I bomb? Am I really gonna blow it from accidentally using up a bomb? Come on, the timer ran out already. Just go. There you go. Whew! Technically, we got up to 6 lives there. Look at that. 3.5 million. Well. That was definitely the run. I mean, it gave us only 10 seconds that last attempt. I mean, that was pretty much a guarantee. I wonder how many seconds if it would have given us there if we did end up going all the way down to 5 lives there. I don't know how I got that many points, but that was great. But yes, I do remember growing up on the Nintendo DS there, Vixen Water. Unlike the... Okay, the Hakuei Shrine at the boundary of Gensokyo. Unlike other Touhou games, you're usually always able to do something. This one can pincer you into defeat. Yeah. Most of the cherry blossoms have scattered, and it seems like spring has finally come to an end. I honestly don't know how I got that many points. Like, compared to all my other runs, that has never happened before. I mean, I definitely needed all those lives that run, because it gave me the win. Most of the cherry blossoms have scattered, and it seems like spring has finally come to an end. It's been a long spring, and it will become summer soon. Ooh, first the cherry blossoms completely fall, and now it's getting hotter, isn't it? Haven't you been slacking off until now? Are you really serious about cleaning up? But did you say it's important to take breaks? Congrats, you don't know. A bit anticlimactic, but sure. At any rate, these flowers alone have been blooming so much, it seems unbelievable. Well, if you've played on Nintendo DS, have you ever played Beat Elite Agents? I, unfortunately, have never heard of that game before, Vixen Water. I know I played some DS games, but I don't think I played that large of a collection of DS games, unfortunately. I mean, I guess I have a decent-sized collection of DS games, but not that big. An incident that hurts nobody is quickly forgotten. It's a song-type game, okay. I wonder about that. To the point that though a flower blooms, nothing will remain once it scatters. If nothing remains of them, then their memories will fade as well. That's so. It was so good when you were young, okay. Is that so? Seems like a memory still remains, though. That's how memories are. As things start to disappear, memories of them begin to disappear simultaneously. It's been a while. Who are you again? You could renew yourself and your memories in the purification of the 60th year. Even memories must be purified occasionally, yes? You think it's an anime game as well? I mean, I'll look it up here. Hang on. Beat Elite Agents, DS. I mean, it looks like some kind of an anime game. I don't know. I'd have to check it out for myself sometime. I mean, if you're interested, if we wanted to do something a bit more miscellaneous, if we want a quick little side game to take a break from all the big games I've been playing lately. I mean, I could try emulating that game. Occasionally, she says, 60 years is a long time. You know, it would only come once in a lifetime. Oh, but you seem like you'll have a long life. It is just 60 more years. You say that like people are monsters. In the case of human history, 60 years is a full revolution. Because of this, you too live until 60. If you too live until 60, your memories will be purified, and you could be reborn. But that's a story for when you make it to 60. Well, that's fine. By the time summer ends, I'll certainly have forgotten about this flower incident. After all, if you don't solve an incident, you'll forget about it. That's for sure. I'm sure that after 60 years, you'll remember once again. Anyway, make sure you continue to follow what I've taught you. Eh? For another 60 years? What are you saying? Follow them until you die. Nay, even after you die. Lifelong training, huh? Guess Reimu's training was insufficient from the start. I wonder if I should give this training a shot as well. Jinsokyo's flowers have scattered and the new green leaves have started towards a beautiful season. The disorderly bloom of flowers seem to only last an instant. As for the event that occurs once in 60 years, it felt as though all the yokai would do well to remember it. But it seems it will be forgotten before summer ends due to the tranquility. Indeed, it was not expected that this event of 60 years be remembered. There probably won't be a single memory of it left after another 60 years have passed. just as nature returns to its source after 60 years. Human memories return to their source every 60 years as well. The curtain closes on history every 60 years. And a new 60 years begins in its place. If history can be said to repeat itself, then if you ask a yokai who has lived for more than 60 years, how was it like 60 years ago? Won't you know history's fate? In the end, all that matters is how to begin facing those 60 years. Congratulations, ending 14. I think you can. It was just a forgotten game. You just thought of it from your memories. I mean, based on the fact I was easily able to look it up, it clearly wasn't a forgotten DS game. So our next game is Touhou 9.5, and it's a bit of a strange one. It's Danmaku as well, and it will either take you 1 to 2 streams, or you will be there for a long time. You think it will not take me long with my skill at least, but it can be scary for some people. Alright. Well, we'll see how that game goes when we get to it. The stream was definitely shorter than I expected, that's for sure. I mean, I knew with the fact that I'd beaten this before, I knew the stream wouldn't be as long as the previous one, but I got through it a bit quicker this time, and had some good conversations with the chat this stream. You think we need a counter for 60 years in this ending? We'll see. I mean, if we consider the events of this Touhou game, and, like, use our real-world clock, how many years has it been since the events of this game? And that will also mean, you know, when the next big thing happens in this series. Nonetheless, that's another ending down, and another victory. We did it, folks. We have gotten to every ending in Touhou 9 Phantasmagoria Flower View. So what I'd like to do at this time is I'll probably get a raid going on Twitch, because I would like to go have some dinner. And then after dinner, I'll think about if we want to start something else up for the rest of the night. Because the collab stream for Dark Souls 3 is specifically going to be on Saturday. That's what me and my friend have planned. For me to start going for that final ending. Otherwise, yeah, we'll mainly be thinking about something else to play in the meantime. Whether we start up the next Souls-like I'd like to play. Or, you know, something else. So, I guess, you know, I'll set up maybe a poll of, like, some game I could quickly play, whether we want to start up something new, if we want to move on to the next Souls-like, or if we'd like to move on to the next Touhou game right away, or if we'd like to start up something else. I'll go ahead and start up a poll. About 21 years have passed. Okay. But yeah, at this time, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get a raid started on Twitch. Although, there's only one channel I'm following at the moment. And I only followed them for Miitopia. They recently finished their playthrough of Miitopia, so I'll probably go ahead and do some browsing here. I am open to suggestions when it comes to raids. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just gonna do some looking around here for streamers. So I'll start with Touhou. Otherwise, I'll just browse my favorite categories to see who might be worth raiding on Twitch at this time. So starting with Touhou, and then we'll work from there. So I'm going to go ahead and mute desktop audio so you guys can't hear anything. I'll still be able to hear the game. So let's see, who all is live with Touhou right now? We have a Japanese streamer that I'm guessing is playing on Lunatic mode, probably. Touhou 11 LNN Grind. Someone's trying out the Touhou 20 demo. I'd like to properly wait until I get to a game before I go thinking about trying out demos and stuff. So I don't see myself playing that game anytime soon. Let's see. Little detour for some stone. Okay, another guy that's trying out the Touhou 20 demo. Someone's trying out Imperishable Night, it looks like. Looks like they're doing it on Lunatic mode, though. And then someone trying out Touhou 11 on Lunatic mode. 10,000 days of practice. So most of the players that are streaming Touhou right now are all doing it on Lunatic mode. So I don't know if that'll be anything you guys would be interested in seeing. Otherwise, I'm just going to browse my favorite categories to see if there's anyone worth rating at this time. So I'm going to have a little look around and see who all is live at this time. Let's see who might be worth rating. So Vixen Water, we got the last ending, so I have no reason to keep playing Touhou at the moment, Touhou 9 at least, and I would like to go get some dinner. So we are going to get a raid started. Since not much of anyone is live at this time, I am open to suggestions while I'm browsing my favorite categories. I am thinking about if I want to come back and do another stream after dinner. I'm just not sure what I'd like to play, so I might set up a poll after this. Touhou 21 will probably come out by that time. Yeah, I would think so. We still have a lot of Touhou games to get to in terms of both mainline entries as well as spin-off games. So we still got a long ways to go there, I'm sure. But let's see what all is available at this time. Any interesting... Okay, no interesting streamers there. Okay, that one's doing a speedrun. I'm not too interested in looking at speedruns. How many Touhou games are there? So, Vixen Water, I'm not entirely sure if I can give you an exact number, because there are loads of spin-off games, and as of the moment, there is currently a demo available for the upcoming 20th mainline Touhou game. So there is a lot of Touhou games. Zone has been making these games for years now. So like, keep in mind, like, some of the first Touhou games were initially for PC 98. So there's a lot of Touhou games. So I still have a long journey to go through before I get through all of them. Alright, I guess we're going into my favorite categories now. So I guess I'll... There's a few decent options here for raid options. Not entirely sure which one I want to raid. We have a few decent raid options in the Hollow Knight category. GTA could never... Yeah, there's not... The thing is, most AAA titles, it's like they need a lot of time. Like, Elder Scrolls 6, and, you know, like, plenty of other obvious examples. Like, you know, the game I'm most eager to see, which is a new Spyro game. We've been waiting for that for, like, forever. Now, I know there was going to be a Crash Bandicoot and Spyro crossover that got canned by ActiBliz, like, around 3 to 4 years ago, which is quite disappointing to hear. Like, I would have loved to see that. And then obviously, while it's not a AAA title, I know we've also been waiting forever for Silk Song. Okay, we have a few decent raid options here in terms of my favorite categories. So Again, though, I am open to suggestions if you guys think you have an interesting raid option. Otherwise, I'm gonna just raid whoever I feel is worth raiding here. To be honest, you wish they don't take inspiration from Red Dead Redemption 2 with the hair growth, unless it's an option, like you said earlier. Do AVD. AVD isn't live right now, though. At least as far as what Twitch is telling me. So for now, I've just been browsing my favorite categories to see who's live. So I might just... I'll probably just raid someone streaming Dark Souls. Because Dark Souls has become one of my favorite video games in recent years. So unless it turns... Oh, no, wait, you're right. AVD is live at this time, so I can go raid him. Never mind. Okay, forget all these Dark Souls streamers I was considering raiding. We'll just raid AVD here. So very lucky that AVD went live at this time. Alright, so yeah. I'll set up a poll on the Discord to decide what I'll stream. If I decide to stream when I come back from dinner... But otherwise, yeah, the stream's going to be over. At least this Touhou stream. So we'll see if we want to do more the next Touhou game when I get back, or if we want to start up the next Souls-like, or if we'd like to play something else. I'll set up a poll and see what everyone would think. Just know that the only other opportunity I'll have to stream this week is going to be Saturday, which is when I've planned to do a collab stream with a friend. We'll figure that all out when we get to it. But otherwise, thank you everyone for watching the stream. And as always, if you enjoyed this stream and wish to see more of my content, those of you on YouTube, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay notified of future uploads. For those of you watching on Twitch, feel free to leave a follow and also click that notification bell to stay notified of future uploads. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky. I'm usually quite active on those platforms. I also have a Discord server that, should you be willing to be respectful and abide by the rules to keep things family-friendly, I'm down to send you an invite where you can stay updated with stream announcements, chat with my regulars, post some memes, as well as be able to join the voice channel where you can chat with me live on stream. And until next time, this is the Gamer of Gamers, and stay excellent, everyone. I forgot to set up the raid before doing my outro. Oh well, alright. But yeah, like I said, I'll set up a poll before I go get some dinner, so that way you all can take a vote on what I stream when I get back from dinner.